2003 on an 03 Porsche 911 Carrera 2 Cabriolet. So that is a facelift 996. So obviously the facelifts have slightly different front headlights, side indicators were smoked, the rear smoked, and a couple of little styling tweaks among other things. We sell quite a lot of these 996s, and actually I'd have to say this is probably the best one we've ever had. If you look around, you can see not the usual colour discrepancy from the bonnet to the front bumper. All the same colour silver all the way around. We will check this as we go properly. Nice long-term ownership. I think the owner's owned it for about 9 years. 4 matching Michelin pilots on the wheels. Nice big service history. Really, really clean, tidy example. There's a lot of sort of saggy and baggy used and abused models out there, but this one is, I would say, is easily the best one I've ever driven, that's for sure. And then bodywork-wise in fantastic condition, which I'll show you in a second. Check the description, we'll detail everything we know about service history, number of owners, where it's been, all that sort of stuff. Starting with the bodywork, if we start on this driver's side and look down the driver's side, you can see it's lovely and straight all the way down there. One shade of silver all the way down, not full of ripples and dents and filler and all that sort of stuff, lovely and straight. I would actually be surprised if this car's actually had any paint. It's particularly good on the paint. Driver's front wing, we've got a little stone chip just there, and we do have a couple across the top of the lights in the usual spots, but very, very minor. The rest of the front wing itself, lovely and clean, around the filler caps all good. And then normally what happens is you get some stone chips down here that cause corrosion, but this one, as you can see, is very, very good. The rest of the arch itself is nice and tidy, and this side of the bumper's all good. It's on those lovely 18-inch Porsche split rims. Again, they're in really nice condition. All the bolts are lovely and clean and tidy. The centre caps are good. And like I said, we've got Michelin Pilot Sports on it. Loads of tread left. There's drilled discs, look to be, I would say they look to be brand new, to be fair. Coming down this side, the sill all the way along, lovely and clean and straight. Driver's door, there's nothing at all to whinge about on that. The panel gaps are good. Coming up the A-pillar, there's no stone chips up there. The scuttle, that plastic insert normally can dry out and look horrible. This one's lovely and clean. And then along the top of the screen here, we've got one little stone chip just there, and a tiny one just there. The seams are in good condition. Glass on this side is all nice and tidy. No marks around the wing mirror, and actually the plastics around there are really good. They're not caked in back to black, they're just nice and tidy. Continuing our way down here, around the handle, all nice and neat. This lower half of the sill here, again, normally you can get a bit of corrosion coming through here and at the arch. But as you can see, this one is immaculate all the way around. Nice and sharp when you get your hand in there. No sign of any corrosion coming through. Another good wheel and tyre. Another matching Michelin Pilot. And again, looks to be new discs on there as well. If we go down this side from here, you can see it's lovely and straight. Coming around onto the back, and again, you've got the facelifts, you've got the smoked headlights, which do look, or tail lights, which do look much better. Got parking sensors. It's got the sort of 4 chrome turbo exhaust, which I believe were an option on a Carrera. They do look very good. And it looks to have the standard exhaust as well. Normally they've got a stainless box by this point, but it looks to have the standard exhaust. It does sound very good. Lovely and clean along that rear bumper. There's no signs of any marks there. We do have a very light bit of lacquer peel just around that parking sensor, but that is me being particularly picky. None of the lettering on the Carrera badge is cracked. Normally there's a snap here or something where it's been caught with a sponge, but this one's all good. And around the deck lid and the spoiler, lovely and clean and tidy. No marks at all to notice on that. Coming around on the passenger side, and again we can look down that side. Super straight all the way down, not full of ripples and filler. Lovely and clean on the bumper on this corner. And then the arch itself on this side, exactly the same. Sharp all the way around, no sign of any corrosion coming through. Very, very clean and tidy wheel. Those wheels are really, really good, to be fair. They're my favourite wheel for a 996. Again, same story on the pads, on the discs, and another matching Michelin Pilot. Continuing down here, we'll have a look along the sill, and again, nothing at all to whinge about there. The panel gaps are good. There's one tiny little stone chip just there where the car starts to kick out, but other than that, all good. No marks at all to notice on the passenger door. Lovely and clean around the wing mirror. Up the A-pillar. Again, no signs of any stone chips or anything like that. On that side, lovely and clean along the glass. We'll have a good look at the roof in a minute, and we'll put it down as well, so we can have a look at that. And again, like I say, normally you get a bit of corrosion coming through here, but that's all very nice and tidy. A little bit of road dirt there that we'll clean off. Sharp all the way around that arch. We do have one small stone chip just there on the front of the wing, and another good wheel and Michelin Pilot tyre. And like I said, those discs, they're about as close to brand new as you're going to get. Amazingly for a 996, the headlights don't need polish. Look how clear they are. They're really, really good. Both sides. Normally they're a bit milky, especially down this area here. A few minor stone chips on the bonnet as you'd expect, or sorry, on the front bumper as you'd expect, but good sign that it hasn't been painted. Look at the colour match on those two. That's about as close as you're ever going to find. It's always sort of a darker or a lighter on the bumper to the bonnet, just the way it is with when they get painted, but this one's very, very good. One or two minor stone chips on the leading edge of the bonnet, but the rest of the bonnet lovely and straight. The badge hasn't delaminated, which is pretty unusual. So bodywork wise, really, really fantastic condition. Lovely matching wheels and tyres. Black roof, not a blue roof, so again a slightly fresher looking car, I think. Glass rear screen, which is lovely and tidy. A little bit of wear. We've had it parked with the roof down overnight, just sort of, I think, left that, but the rest of the roof really very good. There's no sign of any rips or tears. You can just see where it's been folded down like that. And there's a couple of water spots on it that want cleaned off, but actually really very, very good. All the plastic trim around the roof is nice. We'll have a look at the deck lid and everything once that's down. The owner did say in the 9 years he's had it, he's never had it out in the rain. He's always been very careful with the car, and you can tell. Lovely and clean on the door shuts, on the outside of the doors. Driver's side door card. Normally you find the wear along here and along the top, but this one is really very good. Same with, you can quite often find on this bit of trim from people getting in and out, but that one's lovely and clean. We'll pull the bonnet and the boot while we're there. It does have the optional emblems in the front seats. Tiny amount of wear on that little bead, but I'm being really cruel by pointing that out. The rest of the seat really very good. You'll notice they're not massively shiny from use. They're nice and satin as they should be. We've got electric seats, memory seats. It does have the computer, the larger Porsche nav, heated seats. Importantly, it's a manual. Mileage wise, we're on 92,317. Steering wheel, very, very good for the mileage. On the top of the dash is all nice and neat. It does have the painted center console as well, which was an optional extra, which I do quite like. Normally on these 996s, you can find that a lot of these buttons will wear through, but these ones, as you can see, are all like brand new, all very, very good. In the back, obviously, you've got a 3.6 litre flat six engine. It's been parked here for a little while. It's not dropping any fluid on the floor. And again, if you check the description, we'll detail everything as far as sort of service history and things goes. We'll go for a cold engine start up in a second. Into the passenger side, lovely and neat on that door card again. No signs of any wear there. Really nice and tidy along the door, even the alley trim. That's normally milky and horrible. This one's really good. Like I say, see what I mean about that sort of satin finish? The bolsters are lovely and firm. They're not shiny from people sliding in and out. This side of the dash, all nice and neat. Nothing at all to complain about in there. Back seats, again, as standard on 996, they don't look like they've been used hardly at all, but we will have a good look at them with the roof down. Into the front, rams hold that up nice and strong. All the plastic trims there, even the little bit of plastic cover to cover that access point for the VIN is still there. Normally that's gone missing. We've got the 6-stack with the cassette still there as well. Amazingly, we have the wind deflector. I can't remember the last time I saw a wind deflector in a 996. They've always gone missing by now. And the spare wheel in the cover. Everything's where it should be, all lovely and clean. Underside of the bonnet, nice and tidy. We've still got the original Porsche sticker with the options on there as well. And we're going to go for cold engine startup. I'm going to hold the camera towards the back just so you can see it. Obviously what you want to check on these is a puff of smoke on startup. As you can see, not a drop. Firing up on the button. No sign of any warning lights or anything from the front of them that we haven't got a seatbelt on, and that there's a door open. If we take that off, it'll get rid of the handbrake light, and that we've got a boot open. We'll shut the boot, or shut the engine cover, sorry. And it's handbrake on. There's no latches or anything to release. Hit this button, it'll unlock from the front, drop the windows, and away goes the roof. Nice and smooth, nice and fast, just like you'd want. Deck cover goes back on, and it'll then return the windows, which we'll cancel because we don't need them up just yet. Like I say, you can see from the interior, really, really nice condition. No pixels missing from any of the lower units. We'll pop that on so we can have a look at that as well. None of the pixels are missing at all. No warning lights on. Lovely and clean along the top here. Makes for a boring video because there's nothing to whinge about, but it does make for a very, very nice car. And for the price these are these days, absolute bargain of a car really. So there you have it. 2003 on an 03 996 Carrera 2 cab, manual gearbox. Check the description, we'll detail everything we know about the service history and all that sort of stuff. Any questions at all, please get in touch. Thank you.